And we are live. Welcome to the Game Night Show, where we help change makers change their game and everyone wins. I'd like to welcome our guests and all those who are watching live today. I would love for you to jump right onto that chat, say hi, say where you're from, what's your biz, and we are very excited to have you here live with us today. We've got some fun games. You are the live guinea pigs in our experimental games tonight. So the highlights of what we will do today is we are featuring Bibliomancy. Ooh, what's that? Games by the book. This is going to be one of our edgiest shows yet. Our game creator team is going to use the ancient oracle game of opening a book in random and seeing the wisdom. And so we're going to take it a step further and make a game out of it. So that's going to be really a wild and exciting ride for us today. This is going to expand on everyone's genius who's here in creating clarity and knowing from books. So I'm hoping that you'll come play along with us because this is going to be tons of fun. So tonight we're going to play some games. We're going to give away a prize. We're going to share how to keep playing with us all week long. So at the end of this, you should be enlightened in some fabulous way. Yes. We are sharing this in YouTube live streaming. There will be links in Facebook as well where you can watch it later. If you are watching it later, we would love for you to use #replay right now and let us know that you are here in the chats. So please go ahead and jump right into the chat. Let us know that you're here, who you are, where you're from, and maybe a little bit of the transformation that you cause in the world. We would love to share that.
Yes, so we have the first comments happening already.
Okay, hang on one second and I'll let you throw those in. So let me introduce you to our game maker team. So I have Astrid on the screen. She is Astrid Mueller, the brand magic maker and official Sparkle Girl. She opens creativity and connection in a deeper way for business owners. And I welcome you to say hello.
Hi, I'm super excited to be here.
Yay. And then we have the fabulous Kavita Singh. She is the official magic catcher with business x-ray goggles that allow her to see where things are going and how to maximize impact in the world. Say hi.
Hey, everybody. Happy to be here.
Beautiful. Now, some nights we actually feature a contestant online. Ooh, we've got guests too. Yay. And if you would like to be a live contestant on the show, please send me a private message either here in the chat or on Facebook, and we will get you on the list to be a live contestant on the Game Night Show. So thanks so much for being here, and we're excited to make this go. So today, last week, actually, let me back up a second. We are featuring tonight games in a book. But before we start those games, we're going to start with a quick game. Now, last week we tried a rapid fire game where we were naming different words for money. It was an epic fail. We weren't very good at that game. So because of that, I thought we'd actually give it another shot. So our first game is going to be words that mean transformation. So we're going to do a rapid fire. And all the different words that in any way mean transformation. So we're just going to keep going around. If you are watching, I would love for you to, you can type in. Those guys are going to have an advantage. They're watching the chat. You can help them out because they're watching the chat, and you can give them words for transformation. I'm probably going to epically fail out. And even though I made up the game, I do not have a list of these things sitting in front of me. So here's how it works. The first to hesitate is out until we just have one of us left, and you're the most fabulous epic winner for today. Okay, so you ladies ready?
Yeah, sure.
And they're like, well, I don't know, what are we going to do? All right, I will start. Transformation, another word for transformation, shift.
Metamorphosis.
Rapid changes. I'm getting 2 words.
Elegant Flow.
Evolve.
I am getting I'm getting flow actually. It's so funny. Like transformation as flow. I don't know.
I'm so horrible at this game. I'm out already. Oh. All right, Astrid, you're up.
Grow.
Expand.
Oh, contract. Do I win?
You're up, Kavita.
I guess so.
We bow down to Astrid today.
Oh, gosh. Kiss my feet, please.
Fabulous. Well, I hope that some of you watching have some other words for transformation. And I know that most of the people that we tend to work with actually are about some sort of transformation in the world. Mm-hmm. And I would love to just pause for a minute and talk about some of that transformation, because it really does make an impact on the world. And so I would love for both Astrid and Kavita to share some of the transformation that they cause.
Nice. And I'm hearing, it's kind of funny, I'm hearing like a race car in the background of either one of you.
Mine.
So that's a transformation to accelerate, which is actually something that we do for our clients to help them shift their energy into, I call it sparkle frequency. And basically we help them eliminate things that are interfering, whether it's limiting beliefs or trying to do things the hard way or just in a boxy way. We help people get out of the boxes into playful mode and accelerate. Kavita, however you want to say it, what comes to you?
For me, it's the ability for people to see what they've been missing. Like the clues are there all along. And so when you're able to really tune into that and apply it to see why something is showing up in your life and what's happening, the truth behind it, it allows you to accept the hidden gift in that, and that allows transformation, that allows magic, that allows like the next level. Think of a game that you level up in your life when you're able to catch the gems that you're guided to experience and receive in that level, right? Mm-hmm. It's like charging up your superpowers for the next level.
That is fabulous. And so if you are watching, I would love to know, what transformation do you cause in the world? And even if it seems like, you're in financial services, that's huge transformation. If you're in coaching, if you're an author, if you're a speaker, if you are... oh gosh, there are so many different ways that people transform the world.
Coaches, healers.
Yes. Absolutely. So I'd love to hear from you what you do to cause transformation.
Yes. So we had Teresa Campos, who's watching from California, and she said a quick comment, and I know she's busy tonight, so she doesn't have much time to type. But so welcome everybody who's watching. We're excited.
Beautiful, beautiful. All right, so Bibliomancy. Now, this is actually an ancient game. It is one of the most ancient games that even exists. It actually means divination by the book. And so ever since there were books or writing of any sort, people have been using divination. Now, it was originally taken like from sacred texts, and they would use certain ritual or ceremony to do those kind of readings or deeper knowledge that came from those kind of texts. Now it's used kind of as an everyday bibliomancy, and one of the most popular games is the dictionary game. I don't know if you ever played this as a kid or, with a group of people where you would just open the dictionary and choose a word for the day, and there's lots of different versions of this. And so I thought we would actually do that first as our first bibliomancy game. And so I'm going to show my iPad here because it's kind of funny. So I have a dictionary, but the only dictionary that I had was a Spanish-English dictionary. Which is pretty funny. So I'm hoping we turn to the page that is actually English. Although it goes both ways, right? It goes both ways. So I thought we would just open that and see if we can't find some deeper wisdom for us today. So do we want to ask a question, ladies, or shall we simply just have it be random and show up for us and for our viewers today?
I have a question.
Yes.
What game shall we play?
Okay, that's a really interesting question. So let's go. Ooh, some pomp and ceremony around our book, right? Okay, I'm just going to open it to answer that question. I'm going to use my finger. I got nominate.
Oh, that's great.
So nominate. Actually, that's kind of interesting, isn't it?
Yes.
So how should we nominate someone to play the next game?
That's so cool. Or we can ask like a second word and nominate what and get the answer.
Okay.
Well, what
all
shall
right.
we nominate?
I'll close the book again. Here we go for the magic Spanish-English dictionary. Here we go. I got deter.
Oh my gosh, that is amazing. I love it. So detour, as in detouring, or
Actually,
deter?
D-E-T-E-R.
Deter. Okay. I almost want to ask you, can you read that definition?
Yeah, well, you're going to have to look it up somewhere else because all I have is a Spanish word for it.
Trying to wrap my head around an
deter,
example.
of course, is to prevent something from happening. And nominate was to ask someone to do something. So they actually seem very funnily opposite.
So what's interesting about that, Jean, is that you have no idea because we didn't talk about this before the show, but I have this book next to me. It's my daughter's book. And so as you were mentioning the two words, I decided to open it and see what I see. And I got two opposite words as well. The first word I saw was leech, L-E-E-C-H, leech. And the other one was leisurely. And so it was almost as if one, it's dropping whatever no longer works, you know. And then the other one, the dominating, it's for the leisurely activities or the leisurely dream or thing that you want. Like, nominate yourself to have the experience, nominate someone to help you get the experience. That's what I'm getting.
That's beautiful. I love that all four words worked magically together because this is ultimately how Bibliomancy works, right? Yes. It is absolutely how Bibliomancy works. All right, let me get us all on the screen here again. So,
I would love to type those 4 words into the chat, and whatever comes up to people watching, even the replay. So can you repeat all the words one more time? We had leech and leisure.
And so, nomination, or nominate, rather. Nominate. And deter.
Nice. Got it. That is so cool. And so the deter, I have the definition here because I'm translating from German for myself. So to deter is to discourage someone from doing something by instilling doubt or fear of the consequences. So then that nominate means like boldly stepping up, and then the deter is kind of to discourage from doing something. So it is so great.
So, and that is an interesting game, isn't it? To see how we often, like, will step forward and say, I can do this, and then say, no, I can't. And then that's kind of your internal talking, right? All the voices in your head that deter you from saying, no, I'm all that. I have all this going. That's beautiful.
Yes, and I love how it ties into transformation, because isn't that what always happens when we start pursuing our dream and we play a bigger game? We want to nominate, right? And we want to have the leisure that we dream of. And then, of course, the things show up that because we're stretching our comfort zone, the things show up that our system gives us to kind of interfere. It's like, hey, wait, that's different, that's scary, let's not do that. And then our limiting beliefs or whatever comes up. So it's all about what happens when you lean into transformation. So yeah, a lot of conversations possible.
Yep. So we are talking about transformation and wisdom tonight, right? That is exactly what we're talking about. And so I'm curious for our viewers also, how do you get clarity in your business right now? Like, what do you do to cause clarity? Astrid and I have been known to use Bibliomancy. When we're kind of stuck on something or we want inspiration, we'll like say, well, what book should we open up and see what there is for us? And so I would actually love to play that game tonight. I have a stack of books. Let me show you them. Here they are. So I have this huge, and on the top is a marketing book. Then there's a playbook. There's a Zen as fuck book. The Soul of Money book. Living from the Center Within, and Chakra Gardens. So those are the books that I chose this evening for us. And I thought the way we would choose which book we were going to look at by rolling the dice.
Nice.
And so there are 6 books there. I have this big old red die. And I'm going to go ahead and roll it around. And that will determine which one. We'll just do them right down the side, right? Which book we're going to get. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That is The Soul of Money. Ooh. Let me put that
nice. I was looking at that one. That looks very exciting.
Yes, it actually is a really fabulous book. Actually, you know, we keep lots of books that are fabulous. The ones that aren't fabulous don't land in the library, right? Yes. All right. So I'm kind of thinking that we should ask a question of this one, something kind of specific. And I was kind of fooling around with a couple of different kinds of questions. And, what should we ask our question about today?
Would you like me to ask the question?
Yes, I would love for you to ask the question.
Okay, so what I'm getting is, what is the hidden nugget in the soul of money that we don't actively engage in our awareness, in our business, in our lives when we play with money?
Okay, I love that question. Okay, so we're actually looking for the real hidden nugget inside of this book. All right, so little pomp and circumstance over our book, yay! And I'm just going to open it right to there, and we're going to go to this side again. And the sentence says, oh, it's actually a really long sentence. Whoa. What causes hunger and starvation is something more fundamental than that, because no matter how much food you might move from point A to point B, while it might make a huge difference to a number of people for a period of time, it does not resolve the hunger issue.
I love that so much, because what I'm hearing, if you replace hunger with money, can you read it again? Replacing hunger or food with money?
Okay. Yes. What causes money and lack of money is something more fundamental than that, because no matter how much money you might move from point A to point B, while it might make a huge difference to a number of people for a period of time, it does not resolve the money issue.
Yeah, and how many of us are operating exactly from that standpoint, right?
Right, and so what it says just before that is that chronic hunger isn't just the absence of food. So this chronic depletion of money isn't just the absence of money.
Yes.
What causes it is a completely different thing. That is really interesting.
Some deep stuff.
So I'd like to combine that then with the wisdom from one of these other books and then we're going to make a little game out of it. Okay?
Okay. Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to put a little bookmark in that one. I'm going to put these other books back there. Wherever they went, there they went. We still have 6 books there, right? Yeah. Did I drop one? There it is. Yes, I dropped one. Okay, 6 books. I'm going to roll the die again. With my big old red die. Okay, I got 4 again. So although I was really intending to have another book, there is some deep wisdom that needs to come through us from that book. So let's go back here. I will again, once again, randomly open the book to another page here. And this size right there. Where's the beginning of the sentence? There you go. I shared with him my awakened commitment to now question the unquestioned assumptions and attitudes about money in our culture that can lead to actions that demean and devalue life.
Oh my gosh, it's like stretching my brain.
So I'll read it again. I share with him my awakened commitment now to question the unquestioned assumptions and attitudes about money in our culture that can lead to actions that demean and devalue life.
And actually, even as you say that, Jean, it feels as if you were continuing from the first sentence, right? Because now that you have the awareness that the lack of money is not the problem, you're now awakened that there is a deeper truth, and now you're committed to questioning everything, basically, and to see it from the perspective of, well, what is the deeper truth of all of this?
So now you're in curiosity mode.
Yes.
And ready to receive a gem and look deeper. That's amazing. I'm glad you're catching that, Kavita, because I was like, if I can't read this, I'm like, my brain is not computing this long sentence right now. Which is kind of a bit like a funny metaphor that the book of, like the book of money, is kind of has all these 7 seals, right? Like that we make up in our minds. It's like, yeah, I love that we play with that.
All right, so let's just take it to the next level then, is taking this into a game.
Yeah.
Which the basics of that, that you just described, is that we want to question unquestioned things. Yeah. And so that's number 1 is identifying them, right? That or seeing awareness and seeing what we haven't seen before. Mm-hmm. And then the other part is to actually try on some of those things. So if we were to make a simple game around that, I would think that we would want to have some challenges inside this game that allowed people to see things in a different kind of way. So almost in the sense, I could see that it would be very challenging of saying something along the lines of having some cards, that the card says, you see a man begging on the street. Do you give him money? What story did you make up about him? Or you can say you see someone on a yacht. It's a big yacht and it's amazing. What story did you make about them?
Mm-hmm. That is such a great idea, to just look at everything as a story and to get stories to play with and to catch yourself from a curiosity point, like, well, what would your mind tell you? Because normally we don't catch ourselves. We just run on autopilot with these things. So that's already a genius game. I really love it.
Yes, so if we were to, so I can imagine making a little deck about that, right? And then you could almost go around telling stories about your assumptions about money.
Sure.
And then, so taking it to the next level then would be then having a breakthrough about that. You know, awareness is a big breakthrough, but what would be the next step on really living into that? Because it was not just about it was about questioning the unquestioned assumptions and attitudes in our culture. So it was actually even bigger than just one person, right? It's about the whole culture. And so then it would come to an action piece, right? So maybe we actually move people around a board where they cause social change.
That is genius. And I got some inspiration too, where there could be some randomness factor that then influences what you're thinking right now. So it may be like, okay, so now you get to flip that thought and have to believe the opposite. What happens? Or, I don't know, or suddenly like you lose everything or whatever, and like things get shifted around randomly, and then you have to react to that.
Or maybe you choose a persona. And you get to be a beggar in one of them, or you get to be ultra wealthy, or you get to be a suburban mom, or you get to be like, maybe you get to be a persona.
That's a great idea. And you have to role play and think of what their view is. That opens to understanding the bigger picture. Oh my gosh, that's really great.
So here's the funny part about it. I decided to open up, it's just 2 books that I have next to me. So I decided to open it in our conversation. I was guided to just open it. And it says, that's why we might want to consider revising the way we speak about the connecting points, and probably the way we think about them too. One possibility is to use the framework of ego, spirit, and soul. So those are 3 perspectives, right? As the basis for calling the point of disintegration the soul point, and the point of integration the spirit point. So I'm loving that this sentence just continues the conversation.
Oh my gosh! Like we're not making this up. That is crazy. That totally fit what we were just doing. Oh my gosh.
Well, what is funny about that, though, then it gives a structure. And this is the interesting thing about creating a game, then, is that we needed a little structure. What was the structure that lives inside? So now it lives inside of 3 points. And so this is, it's so funny. This is the funniest thing about how we create games, right? Is because we're looking at taking something somewhat abstract and putting it into form. And those little hints then say, okay, now we have 3 points by which to actually question our assumptions. Not just have them as ideas, but they actually get to come from spirit, they get to come from mind, they get to come from, those different spaces so that we can figure out how to move forward in the game. And I actually see this as like a collaborative game that we would all work together to actually get one thing done inside of the game. And if we were all these different personas, and then we had these 3 kind of challenges to overcome, and then that's how you win, right?
Yes, so big.
And we just changed the whole world. So awesome. Just awesome.
I want to make that game now. We need to bring that to market.
Okay, so we need to find someone who's a money or financial person, right? Who loves social impact. And so we can just let them know we have a fabulous idea for them.
Yes, exactly.
Fit it inside their stuff. It'll be perfect.
Yes. Yeah, this is actually really, really awesome. So if you're watching this and this calls you, you know somebody who fits those 2 criteria. They're teaching about finances and they're about making a social impact. Share this with them, and they can contact us if they want to actually make this a game.
Too funny. That doesn't happen on our show that often. Okay.
Maybe it should.
Maybe it should. Exactly.
We already created your game. We kickstarted your game. You didn't even know it.
Cool. So I actually have another game here that is we played a version of it last week, and I want to do it again because it was really tons of fun. And so we actually got inside someone's head. And so without a contestant tonight, I'm going to, call on us to we're going to get inside our heads. That'll be exciting. And so actually, though, what I think we'll do is do a message for everyone. So anyone who may be watching this later, this is for you.
Mm-hmm.
And so what we're going to do is I have this little spinner, and it has different areas of life on it. And so kind of in the space that we've been going so far of questioning unquestioned things and going down that road, I would love to spin this spinner and find an area of life that will actually impact your business. So although this covers all the things, we know that pretty much life and business are intertwined, right? You can't separate them out and say, well, that's my business life and this is my other life over there. And so everything impacts everything. So I would love to spin the spinner, and then we're going to look for some insights inside of that to help you, our viewers, move forward in your business and whatever you may be working on right now. So you know what, I think I found that I had to actually hold it flat to get a good spin out of it.
Nice.
Okay, it landed on family and friends. Of course. So then I have to ask both Astrid and Kavita, what in your personal world is going on in family, friends, and how does that impact your business and make it either go great or go the other way?
Wow. I actually have a story for that. So I'm actually in a big life transition right now. I'm actually separating from my husband and have a super supportive friends network, and he's actually one of them. So it's super amicable. And it's basically I stepped into my truth and realized that I wasn't aligned anymore. And so I chose my freedom, basically, and just speaking the truth. And what's happened for me, like, and this just happened, and it's still in the middle of it. Like, we haven't gone to court yet, but we filed, like, so it's current. What happened is, like, everything is shifting and opening up because I followed that truth and followed my heart. And I'm seeing it financially. I'm seeing it in opportunities. I'm seeing it in inspiration and inner growth. Like, everything is kind of feeling very, very expansive. After, of course, like, there's up and down and big transitions as well. But, like, bottom line, it's like, it feels like, whoa, this spring awakening kind of thing. So, yeah.
That's really powerful. And I think that one of the interesting things about that is that you can see in your world how it is impossible to separate it, right? You can't separate all those things apart.
Yeah. So for me, what's happening is that I notice it's also about truth. It's like looking at what I'm doing. I've also seen that I've made up a story that I'm not really creative. Can you guys believe that? And yet I am with you.
What?
And I noticed that I love the freedom to tinker with the technology from time to time. Yet it's coming from a place where it feels aligned. Like, there are days when I don't even want to see, like, something to fix, and then there are days where I'm like, wow, how do I do that? I'd love to see put that idea into practical use. Like, how do we make that happen? And so that's where I get lit up, and that's where I feel creative, when I see something work or something flow smoothly, and it offers more freedom to people. Like, yes, I can access this thing easily, so that's interesting. And so how it relates to the whole friends and family part as well is that me recognizing those nudges and when it shows up, and then me getting to express that, and then giving myself space and permission to act on it and make it happen, So, yeah.
Nice.
Beautiful. So let's do a quick poll. If you're watching, I would love to know how you work with your friends and family to make your business better, or how you struggle with friends and family. Like, do you find that it goes more to one side or the other? So that is the poll. I'd like to know if you're more likely to say your family is helping your business grow, or your family makes it kind of difficult to grow your business?
Yes.
So the easy part, if you're watching this live, you can just add in the comments as, it's easy or hard, right? At least that gives us an idea of where you are. And if you're watching the replay, and if it is that the poll shows up at the bottom of this, then you can easily choose the option.
Perfect. Awesome. Well, I would love to play one more game with our books, and then we are going to wrap up our show tonight. But I'm really excited to have you all watching and sharing your wisdom and things that you have found in your books. If there's some book that you'd like to go to, like what is your go-to book for doing this kind of practice? I would love to know that as well. So that can be really tons of fun. So ladies, do you want me to pick from these 6 books again, or do you have other books that you would like to?
I actually have a book here, and it's just, if that's okay, Kavita, you were just going to say something. I actually have a picture book, and I want to play with that and see what happens when we point at a picture, because that can be just as inspiring, right?
Absolutely,
so
absolutely.
Let's see what happens. And I think it also has text in it, but let's see where I'm gonna land.
Do you want to ask a question, or do you want to?
I don't know.
Jane,
you need to ask. Yes, you need to ask.
Okay, so I want to ask a question. I'm going to spin the dial about a specific area of life. So I'm going to spin the dial one more time. And whoa, as my spinner goes flying off my thing, there it goes. Spinning around. Oh, this happened last week. Same thing, friends and family. All right, so we seem to be on a theme. This must be serving our audience in the most beautiful way. All right, so when it comes to friends and family, what's the most important thing that we need to know, or wisdom that we want to glean for growing our business inside our friends and family relationships?
Whoa, that's quite the question. I feel like my brain today only works with short questions. Anything that's longer, it's like going out the window. That's okay. So I am landing here on this page that's pointing at a balloon right here. And there's this big teddy bear, which is also a scooter, but it's really pointing, my finger is pointing at 2 light bulbs and a balloon. And then on the other side, I had kind of pointed my thumb a little bit, but the main focus is the balloon. And we have like a text on this side here, and I'm just going to read that real quick. It says, rocket novelty, bumper bears, buckle up, be safe and sound. Bumper bears are all around. Bang and crunch, it's just the way bumper bears prefer to play. Bears will thump and bears will spin. Some will crash, just one will win. Winning bears want no money. Give them all lots of honey.
I love it. What I hear from that is the whole friends and family theme shows up in the bears in this sense. And I'm hearing Care Bears. And so whatever the personality is, that person is connected to that personality, and they play that game with you. So it's protection, it's safety, it's competition, whatever the case is. Yet, I love the spot where you pointed at, Astrid, because the 2 light bulbs represents wisdom, right? And the balloon in the middle represents play. So how can we enjoy this whole circus that we're going through, right, with our friends and family, and glean the wisdom and the lightness of playful energy and fun while we're in that process.
I also got freedom from the balloon also. It's like to get up, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
but it's not like an escaping kind of thing. It's like an embracing, and that's different.
Yeah.
Well, and I think of light bulbs as ideas. And so then it's about also being really present to catch the ideas, so that when the play shows up, that you can actually act on it and be you know, because the light bulbs are attached to the ceiling. It's kind of like your family. They're attached to you. They're not going away, you know, like we're there. And yet play floats by. And if we don't like embrace that and jump into it, then it's just not worth it.
That's where it goes into the heavy energy. So for the people who've already done the fall, and if you've said heavy, it's because when the balloons pass by, the playful energy passed by, you didn't give yourself permission to play, right? And so be curious now about what that would look like if you are aware and present with family and friends and allow yourself to play.
Nice. And you're such a good role model for that, Kavita, because you do coaching and you have your family around, and it's also synchronistic always. You give yourself full permission.
Well, it is synchronistic in more ways than you know in this very moment.
Awesome. Well, I am so excited when you ladies join me for the game night show. We have tons of fun. Again, if you are watching the show and you would like to be a live contestant on the show, we have tons of fun with you right here live, and you'll see your picture there, and we'll put you on the hot seat and make a game out of whatever you have going on in your world. So I would definitely invite you to say, pick me, pick me. And thank you so much for coming tonight. We now go to the commercial break, right? So I really hope you enjoyed the game night show. And of course, if you're here watching us on YouTube, please hit the subscribe button. Also, then you'll be notified of all of our upcoming live shows. Games are an incredible way to grow your coaching or consulting business. A branded game can cause leads, engagement, and magnetic followings as well as grow brand memory, referrals, and allow you to grow your business to 6 or even 7 figures. We have created adventure games, spiritual games, astrology games, real estate games, and honestly, the sky's the limit. You heard us create a game today around a passage in a book. Would you like to explore a game for your business? I would love to have a chat with you. You can book a call with me. I will have the link right below this video. And if you would like to play with us every day, you can jump into the Zap Adventure Facebook group. In that group, we put out prompts for you to play with us. We have energetic shifts that happen. We have all kinds of fun and games happening that really truly cause an impact on your business. And so it truly is about that ultimate shift of having all of that happen. Any final words, ladies, that you'd like to add?
Oh, I want to remind us about the winner kind of thing, because we did say we'll give a prize.
Right. Good catch.
For everybody who's commenting and we catch the replay, we will announce the prize winner in the next video that we do, the next live game show. So go ahead and share your thoughts and comments at the bottom, and we will spin our spinner and pick someone as the winner.
Oh my gosh, I need to capture that. Spin the spinner, we'll catch the winner. Yay! So see you on our next game night show. You are fabulous. Thank you so much for joining us, and have an awesome week.
Yay! Bye everyone.
Thank you.